Welcome to Your Health, where we explore the latest in health across the country. I'm Erica Cardenas. It's time to start spring cleaning, so we've come to Organic Living to learn about healthy ways to clean. But before we give you tips, let's take a look at what's coming up on the show. A volunteer task force battling against drug abuse and getting your body in balance to improve your health. Plus, tips to keep your allergy symptoms at bay. All that and more coming up on Your Health. We're here at Organic Living to talk about healthy spring cleaning, and joining us now is owner Gerard Winstein to tell us more. Thanks so much for being with us, Gerard.
Thank you for being here.
First off, what is Organic Living?
Well, every health-conscious person understands that eating organic is beneficial for your health. But they fail to understand that what you bring into your home will affect your health too. So organic living is a concept where whatever you bring into your house should be beneficial to your health, not detrimental.
Now, you've been in business since 1982, which is amazing. So why did you feel there was a need for this type of business?
Well, I fell into it. 82, I moved over with my family from France, and I started a cleaning company and cleaning carpets, and I got sick from the chemicals I was using. That made me think that, hey, maybe I'm poisoning people that I'm servicing in their homes. That made me think of maybe looking for some safer alternatives, which we did, and we found some natural cleaning products. And from there on, we went into cleaning products for your windows, your kitchen, and it just evolved from cleaning product into air purification systems, organic mattresses, organic bedding. It's a holistic concept of your home. Whatever you bring into your home should be beneficial to your health, should not be a detriment.
Now, what type of products can people purchase here at Organic Living?
Well, we do have natural cleaning products, of course, but on top of natural cleaning products, we have air purification systems, because we have dust and particulates in your home that are also a problem for your health, can be if you're sensitive. We have HEPA vacuums, which are important to manage your dust in your home, and of course anything else that you can bring into your home, meaning natural paints, natural flooring, bedding, organic mattresses, you name it.
Now, talk to us a little bit about cleaning supplies. So how harmful are some of the current cleaning supplies on the market today?
When I started in the 80s, there wasn't much regulation. It was very toxic. They improved quite a bit. But then what we did, we improved our insulation in our homes to save energy, meaning that we created a big Ziploc bag. By doing so, even though the chemicals we bring in are not as toxic, but now they are staying into your home. That's one of the big part of us doing what we are doing, because of the homes being so sealed, and whatever we bring in will affect your health.
So what type of products then should we be using to clean our homes?
Well, if you can, find something organic, because it's certified by a certification company. You have to pay attention of natural and green, because natural and green doesn't mean safe. So organic, plant-based. If it's plant-based, you're good. Read your labels. If you see a chemical that you cannot pronounce, Google it and it will tell you. Exposure will be bad for either touch, skin, eyes, you name it.
Now, Gerard, you're a certified indoor environmentalist. So what do you believe is the biggest culprit for toxins in our home?
One of the biggest one is mold right now. Because again, our homes are sealed, and if we get a leak in your home and we don't take care of it, chances are that water will stay in that house longer and it will develop into mold. So mold spores would be number one. Number two is fragrances, in my opinion. Because they are aerosol, we spray them or we plug them in, and they are dispersed in very tiny particulates. And those particulates are so small, they go into your lungs and through the lungs into your organs. And if you have them plugged in, it's 24 hours a day. So I would say those are the two big ones.
So Gerard, any final tips, any final advice on how to make our homes healthier?
Get rid of what is obvious. Don't have paint stored in your house, don't have bleach stored in your house, stuff like that. But from there on, it's avoidance. avoid bringing in anything that could be toxic. And from that would be when you repaint your house, pay attention. VOCs in the paint, VOCs in the tints. You get new carpet, padding is toxic, carpet is toxic. So from there on, it's just avoidance. Avoid bringing in whatever could be an issue. If in doubt, you can call me or any professional and ask them, hey, I'm thinking of doing such and such. Would that be wise? And you will get the answer.
Gerard, thank you so much for being with us and for this great information. If you'd like to learn more about organic living, just head over to their website. We introduce you to a community using a volunteer task force with the goal of educating and preventing substance abuse. Let's take a look.
The youth will meet on a weekly basis. We generally meet on Sundays, and that's the day that the kids pick, so I go out my Sunday afternoons and evenings to meet with them. We get together and the kids will talk about topics that are important to them that are related to substance use.
We definitely help bring more awareness to situations that people otherwise wouldn't know about and bring more gravity and light to it that wouldn't have been there otherwise. And also just the advocacy in general, even if teenagers are still making the decisions, it causes them to stop and think. And they might consider the consequences of their actions before they were to go do something that might result in not a great outcome.
Right now we're focusing on driver safety and how substance use impacts driver safety and safety on the roads.
One thing that we did do last year was a mock car crash that was finally able to come all together very nicely, and before prom, in order to remind kids to make safe decisions afterwards, we staged a crash to show them the real impacts that driving under the influence or even using alcohol or other substances could have on your life. The sort of monumental, emotional devastation that occurred as a result of that was meant to kind of create the connection in their brains that, yeah, it might be fun and seem like a good idea to go drink and then drive home because it's not a big deal, it's super close, but actually that could leave somebody else's life and your own life in devastation. We even had a point where the drunk driver was in a courtroom and sent to court and sent to prison, because not only do the effects of drunk driving have an impact on the driver and the victim, but they also have an impact on the driver, and that is something that you can't erase.
I get involved whenever I can. It's always great to help out Monica and the kids. It gets us in touch with the community, gets us in touch with the younger generation, and kind of showing what we deal with on the patrol aspect.
I want people to know that we exist, that we have initiatives, that we're trying to spread the message of prevention, of awareness, that there are educational materials, and if there's any type of education that people need or any type of resources that they need, that we're available. A lot of times it's just letting people know that we do exist, we're here to make changes, and we definitely are here for the community to make sure that everyone can live up to their full potential and live their healthiest life.
I think it's important because it's the drug and alcohol abuse. We see it everywhere. Every community is affected by this challenge, and Barville's no different. We see it every single day. See it a lot more than we should, and getting the resources out to help these people is so important.
You don't do this job for the money. You do it because you want to make a change and you want to make a difference in the world.
Here's an easy spring cleaning tip. If your kitchen sink is starting to smell, try running a couple slivers of lemon rind through your garbage disposal, followed by cold water to get rid of those odors. Here's what's coming up on your health. Getting the look you desire at La Jolla Cosmetic, and how getting your body in balance can improve your overall health. Having your body in balance is key to overall health, and as one doctor explains, you can achieve this balance very easily.
I'm Dr. Ahmad Noristani. I'm a medical doctor for practicing medicine over the past 16 years. Part of my journey also has been, how do I mix the Eastern and Western medicine? How do I combine it and get the best of both worlds? because I still believe that there's a huge component of medicine that could be practiced using Eastern philosophy of combining holistic medicine with the scientifically based medicine and have the best of both worlds. So that led me to, the world of supplements, the world of alternative medicine, and I had a 89-year-old gentleman who came to emergency room. Nonetheless, he got better, and he told me about a product that he has developed over the years, and so he introduced me to Balance 7. And so I did some research and homework, and after a few months, actually, I reached back out to him. I said, let me just see, it's an amazing phenomenon, it's an interesting thing. Let me just see if I could give some of that to my patients and see how they feel. So it turns out that the patient responded extremely well in so many ailments. So after a few months, he asked me, he's 89 years old, and he said if I want to be part of the company, run the company. And I said absolutely, because just I see what it has done for my patient, how the product has transformed patient's life in so many ways in a short period of time. I was just blown away. So let's just start from beginning of what happened. You ingest or you drink 1 ounce of this, and it goes in and hits your stomach. And that is extreme acidic environment. So as soon as it hits your acid, obviously it's gonna dilute that acid. So what does your body do? So your body has to bring that pH of acid back to its normal to function properly. So it produces tons of more acid in the stomach. At the same time, there's a huge release of bicarb, which is your alkaline. And that is where that goes to the system and eventually get absorbed in the bloodstream, and it provides an alkaline environment as opposed to acidic. So technically Balance 7 doesn't do anything. It allows your body to perform an optimal condition the way it was supposed to be. A good example is your immune system. Your immune system works optimally in an alkaline environment. Inflammation is another thing that performs the anti-inflammatory property of the body performs well when it is in an alkaline environment as opposed to an acidic environment. Balance 7 is one of those supplements that just negates some of these problems, and hope, with a proper dieting and exercise combined, you will see a significant, or I have seen a significant difference in life of so many of my patients.
Let's take a look at our next story.
When I saw my grandmother coming back from having a facial rejuvenation, right then I knew that I wanted to become a plastic surgeon. I actually graduated summa cum laude out of my medical school. Then I pursued my career in plastic surgery, and I actually was trained in Houston. I met my wife in Houston. We got married, and after a year, little Hector was born. When he was 8 months old, we actually moved back to San Diego for me to establish my practice here. We love to travel. We love to spend time together as a family. One of my passions is actually wine appreciation. I'm a Chevalier du Tastavan. It's one of the most important wine fraternities, and it's all about celebrating the traditions of Burgundy. One of the things that we love to do every evening is actually finish our day in the wine cellar. Hector reading his book and me reading about plastic surgery, or sometimes even reading about wine. Little Hector and I are passionate drivers of Aston Martin. To give you an idea of the strength of the background that I have in breast augmentation, in Houston, I trained in the program where the silicone breast implant was invented. I also have an intense solid background in breast reconstruction. So if we can reconstruct a breast starting from scratch, definitely we can improve the look of a breast. When the patient schedules an appointment at La Jolla Cosmetic, the 35 years of experience that we have as a group immediately starts permeating in that patient experience. All of our staff is very approachable. Everything is centered on the patient experience. The patient has a very clear image of how they want to look, but it's really important for me to be able to form or to absorb that mental image that they have. So in order for me to deliver exactly the result that they're looking for. So important things are to dedicate time to that patient, to listen to all the different goals of that patient, to have no surprises after a surgery, and that's something that patients tend to fear with breast augmentation, that they don't get exactly the result that they wanted. Simulation is important. So we have, I would say in those terms, two big instruments. One is Vectra Simulator, so that's advanced imaging technology that we have in which patients can actually see the result. We take a picture and then we can simulate exactly how things are going to look. And the second one is also using some dummy implants, sizers that are actually shaped in order for them to be able to appreciate that. How is it going to look underneath a bra or while they're wearing a t-shirt? So a successful breast augmentation is defined by a happy patient.
One overlooked item when cleaning is our dryer's lint trap. Thousands of fires are started in home laundry rooms every year, so make sure to remove the fuzz from that filter after every load. And if you haven't had your dryer vents cleaned, it's probably time. Here's what's coming up on your health. Foods that can help with your allergies this season, and the one space in your home that you shouldn't overlook during cleaning time. Allergy season is upon us, and many of us are feeling the effects. We talk with Dr. Shadmar Basti about ways to cope this allergy season. Allergic conditions are among the most common medical conditions in the U.S., according to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America. More than 100 million Americans are impacted each year, and it seems like seasonal allergies have become a year-long suffering. Dr. Shadmar Basti explains how our changing climate is impacting our health.
Depending on what part of the country you're in, you're going to see atypical growth of different vegetation, pollen, flowering plants, and because of that, you may see things that are out of season typically present with more allergens. And so whereas before you see a kind of set allergy period, depending on the presence of certain pollens or other allergens in the atmosphere, if now things are kind of sporadic throughout the year because of the changing weather patterns, you're going to kind of see that intermittently throughout the year and not necessarily in a predictable pattern.
Dr. Marvasti says the symptoms of allergies are pretty clear.
So some of the most common symptoms that I see are watery, itchy eyes, runny nose, nasal congestion, maybe a little bit of a postnasal drip, scratchy throat, not really painful throat, no fever, no chills. Those aren't really typical. And then sometimes you'll also get itchiness or rashes, also associated with certain allergies, but most of the seasonal allergies that we see are more of the upper respiratory congestion.
Dr. Marvasti explains there are things you can do to deal with allergies like over-the-counter medications and nasal sprays. But if you prefer more natural remedies, there is also help for you.
Sometimes you can actually get away with just nasal saline irrigation or doing a nasal spray that only has saline in it because that moistens the area and it's a natural antiseptic because of the salt in the saline solution. If you're going to do nasal irrigation like a neti pot, you always want to make sure to use distilled water. So making sure to clean surfaces regularly, vacuum regularly. Obviously carpet is going to be more allergenic than tile or wood floors, so making sure to clean carpet adequately is really important. So you actually want to use a good HEPA filter in your house, and that actually helps to reduce allergens pretty significantly. And there's a number of studies that have been done with when you use these air purifying systems, you actually find a reduction in allergy symptoms.
You may want to look at the foods on your plate for an added lifeline.
You know, the name of the game here is inflammation, right? So and an allergy is an inflammatory response. I think any kind of anti-inflammatory diet like the Mediterranean diet, which is high in fruits, vegetables, healthy sources of fat like avocados, extra virgin olive oil, wild seafood, all of these will reduce inflammation. And even taking supplements like omega-3 fish oil can reduce inflammation, or eating wild seafood that can lessen allergy symptoms. Green tea is another one, as it's a natural source of antihistamines and can help to reduce allergic reactions as well.
Despite the changing weather and potentially year-long allergies, Dr. Marvasti says there is hope.
I think just being open to using all the different tools that we have available to address allergies. And if you can kind of look at all of those and try to identify the triggers, then you can definitely keep control of it.
During your spring cleaning, don't forget to look up. Our ceiling fans and light fixtures can get pretty dirty, so make sure to wipe them down with a damp cloth or a duster. Don't go away, we have more coming up from Organic Living. We give you tips to get your home sparkling this spring.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts, examines popular fitness trends, and explores new treatments for common conditions. Discover how the choices we make in our daily lives directly affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for leading a healthier life. Watch Your Health Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and Saturday only on YourView, or stream it online at yourview.com.
Before we go, here are a few ideas you should add to your spring cleaning checklist this season. While you're cleaning, one thing that may get overlooked are your drapes, comforters, and rugs. You can freshen them up by hanging them outside for a couple of hours to let the sun and wind work its magic. If the items are really musty, sprinkle them with some baking soda first and shake off. Wash your windows inside and out. Use a mixture of distilled vinegar and warm water and then dry with a soft cloth, newspaper, or clean coffee filters. This solution will make your windows sparkle without the usual streaks. And if you have blinds, don't forget to vacuum off the dust. The one item we use daily probably needs a good cleaning as well, the refrigerator. In addition to wiping down the exterior, also give the interior a thorough cleaning. Pop out the removable shelves and bins and wash in warm soapy water to get rid of any food bacteria and spillage. Grime and dust tends to build up on our cabinets as well, so be sure to give them a good wipe down. And pay special attention to places where grease collects, like cabinets near the stove and drawer pulls. Happy cleaning! We want to thank Gerard for hosting us today. If you'd like to learn more about Organic Living, their services, and how they can help you use less toxins in your home, just head over to their website. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you have a happy and healthy day. See you next time.